there on, things got crazy. I had an Audi RS7 with over 1,000 horsepower, which was doing 9-second quarter miles, and stupid stuff like this, which people do before they get tired and they go to track racing. That about sums it up with the tuning. Actually, I'm surprised that I even did so much on this car, because I prefer to buy a nice car which was all figured out from the factory and just drive it like this.
You might think that this is a simple stock GT4 RS, but you're not right. If you park it next to an original GT4 RS, then you understand that this car has all these small touches, all these small differences, the longer splitter, the small canards, the bigger wing, it sits lower, it has chunkier tires, it has all these small things that show you that it's not stock. It's owned by a very cool guy that has a very interesting automotive history. He has done a lot of cool things, many different cars, faster and slower, racing, Carrera Cup, like all this cool stuff. However, I'm gonna let him tell you his story. I spotted this car at Trackspeed. It looked exactly my spec, interesting color, all these cool bits, like a real racing seat in a street car. It literally ticked all my boxes. And I said, this has to be on the channel. We said for many years that Porsche is never gonna give us a real Cayman, one with a GT3 engine. And basically this car delivered. And if that wasn't enough, we actually got to one that is fine-tuned, it has the suspension and the tires and all the bits that you want to have. I would say for me, almost ultimate GT4 RS spec. Enjoy the video.
My name is Georgi and Overdrive. I'm a Pro-Am racing driver from Carrera Cup, and this is a 2023 GT4 RS with some modifications from Overdrive Racing in Bulgaria. It was not a plan to begin with, it was more of an emotional purchase. I saw the car and I really liked it. More to look at, and then it's a RS model, you know, the noise and all of this stuff, you know, everybody's talking about, so I decided to buy it. But me being a 911 driver over the last 10 years or so, it was a very different feeling for me. And the one thing which I have to say is the most surprising to me was the lack of front end grip, which I first felt on the street, not even on track. And we started working with different things. We checked, we did a little research, what works with these cars. So we tried to go only setup at first. It helped, but not tremendously. So we went deeper into it. And we figured out that such a car needs, the biggest limiting factor is the camber you can reach with the stock suspension and the stock toe arms. So the first modification we did to the car was we installed GT4 RS Club Sport bits from the suspension so we can get more camber and more toe. Then we went to a full three-way adjustable suspension on the car. And of course we added some downforce to the front by adding a bigger splitter, some side arrow as you can see here on the bumper. And it worked. Actually we got more front than we expected, and then we had to fix the rear, so we had to add a little bit of a bigger wing. But the whole time the idea was to keep the car as close to stock as possible without doing any fabrication, any modification to structural elements, cutting, welding, stuff like this. So we've only used bolt-on, mostly Porsche original components. The other limiting factor on the car was the brakes. The brake feeling was very numb, I would say. So we went for upgraded brake pads, brake lines, and brake fluid. And I would say for now this is it. Another thing which was very annoying for me as a racing driver in the car, it's very difficult to brake with the left foot because the seats that are normally in the car, which were also the bucket seats, which are normally very nice for the road, they don't give you enough left leg support. So one thing which we did is we installed a seat from the race car, which helps a lot on track. On the street I don't use it, on the street we use mostly the original seat. And one final thing, which is still not installed in the car, we have the part already, but we haven't had the time to do it, is a smaller steering wheel, because with the bigger seat your hands hit the sides of the seat and it's not the best feeling. And I would say stage 1 would be complete for this. There's a hypothetical stage 2 which includes exhausts, maybe lighter brake discs, and this for me should complete the car, I mean if you even take it that far. For now, it feels very nice. Honestly, performance-wise, it's more than we expected. So yeah, we're quite happy with the car. after a forecast of full rain all day, we had an amazing dry day with a really quick track. Car surpassed my expectations. We did some really good lap times. I'm really happy with it. I wasn't expecting so quick. Car behaves very good. We tried in the beginning with some Nankangs, which worked very well, but the wheels have a little bit different offset than the ones with the Cup 2Rs. So they were touching too much. Then we went back on the Cup 2Rs. And even after like 15 to 20 laps on the tires, at the end, it was still in the low 7s, 7:15, 7:16, stuff like this. So I would say I'm really happy. Car works very well here. I don't think we needed any adjustments today, or we're not ready for it yet. Maybe when we get to the limit of the car, we're still pretty far. It's the first time for me and the car at Nordschleife. Okay, not completely first time, but okay, first time in many years. I don't know the track very well. I'm gonna have to study a little bit more and come back. Next time, maybe we do a little tweaks to the suspension, the aero. We see what was missing. I was missing a little bit of front end in places, so maybe we give it a little more front. But in the end, the car was really solid, and we're really happy.